Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get the bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us we've got Chris Ruffalo. It's Wednesdays with Mitch. Alanitos, Wayne Scott, Big Al McMorty, Rod Zawacki, and Dana Lang will sign in bottom of the hour. And here's how we'll line them up for this evening. Ruffalo, Mitch, Nino, Scott, McMorty, Zawacki, Lane, and then I will close this one out. All right, guys, NBA on the board, 8 games, 1 in primetime for Major League Baseball and 3 on the ice. So let's get this show underway. Let's welcome in Chris Ruffalo. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Catch him in the mornings every day here, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope you're catching that Puck Dogs video series with Chris and Rod Zawacki. The NHL playoffs about a little more than a week away, so you guys definitely want to get in tune with the NHL because it's going to be exciting postseason, no doubt. So we'll get in Chris right now. Let me bring him in. Chris Ruffalo. Whoop, did I go too far? Always, these guys that show up once a week. Where is his period? Chris, what's happening? Well, before you were on the first row.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's the olden days, right? Where I was here, I was part of the furniture. But no, Tony, like you said, great time of year. I'm always excited for playoff hockey. It's one of those things that I just look forward to every single season. Just a completely different animal than what we see, and I'm ready for it. Yeah,
ready for it indeed. And we're winding down this NBA season tonight with the Pelicans and Grizzlies getting together. We got the Pelicans here laying 5, total 229.5.
Yeah, and this one's just all about level of motivation on both sides. I think the line has started to reflect that. I'm rolling with the New Orleans Pelicans here. The Memphis Grizzlies, they weren't a fantastic road team to begin with for much of the season. They did beat up on the Portland Trailblazers last night, but now you got a back-to-back with just a ton of guys that are listed as either questionable or out or day-to-day. Most notably, you got John Morant day-to-day, Luke Kennard, Xavier Tillman. These guys are all day-to-day questionable or doubtful. And, Zaire Williams, Jake LaVaria out as well. So it's basically a bare-bones Memphis Grizzlies lineup going up against a New Orleans Pelicans team that is basically win and you're in. And, while it may not necessarily be about style points for the Pelicans here, I think they want to leave little doubt. I don't think they want to be, in any sort of stressful situation. I think they want to just make sure they get this over with, at least clinch their spot in the play-in tournament, and not worry about having to be bounced because we know how volatile the Western Conference standings have been over the last month and a half. So I'm rolling with the New Orleans Pelicans here. I think they just take care of business. Still 7-2 against the spread and straight up in their last 9. I think they bounce back from that frustrating loss to the Kings last night. I think they get the winning cover here. I'm rolling with the Pelicans.
All right, Chris on the Pelicans laid the 5 here against the Grizzlies, and we can now update the injury report. Kennard and Morant are now doubtful. Doubtful now there on the injury report. And, of course, Memphis nearly, and I say nearly locked in as the 2 seed here. And it looks like I don't know if they can, they have motivation here to try to get to the top because it's very likely for them to move up the rankings. Of course, the Pelicans are still in play for that 6th seed. Why the 6th seed is important? Well, you get a week off and you avoid that play-in tournament.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw it with the Dallas Mavericks where, just how tight that Western Conference has been. One loss at one point took you from 6th all the way out of the play-in tournament altogether. And with the Pelicans now, a win could, and potentially, well, obviously the Clippers and Lakers play each other tonight, but depending on how the last couple games of the season go, like you said, Tony, this Pelicans team could sneak into the 6th spot. So, a loss here as well could drop them into that 9-10 matchup, which is one and done. So, I like the Pelicans here. I think they want to make life as easy for themselves as possible. And like you said, just with the Memphis Grizzlies pretty much being locked in, and the Kings playing a desperate Dallas team tonight on the second half of their back-to-back, I think the Pelicans definitely take advantage here.
Yeah, that 9-10 game, you got to win 2 games to get in, right? The winner of the 9 plays a loser of the 7-8. So if you're in that 9-10 seed, you got to win 2 games to get into the 8 seed. So that's a lot to get over. But anyway, Pelicans laying 5 against the Grizzlies. This one have a start time here, 8 Eastern time. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. NBA dominated the board tonight with 8 on the board, 3 on the ice, 1 your Toronto your Toronto team in action in Major League Baseball. Or Man Manoah on the hill tonight against the Royals. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'm telling you, all my baseball was in the afternoon today. Still got my NHL power play on the board and another NHL play if you got a long-term subscription. Got some NHL lined up for tomorrow as well as MLB. So definitely check it out at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here in the NHL. And, of course, Chris does have his NHL season pass up there, Chris. So you got a really good offer here on the remainder of NHL and, of course, the postseason.
Yeah, reduced my season pass, my playoff pass now, the chase for the cup. I think it's up for $2.99 right now, and take advantage of it because, like I said, lots of playoff hockey. It's where I do my best work.
That's right, guys. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, Chris, as always, great having your show. Have yourself continue that success. So we'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you contribute a lot over at Pick Dogs. We catch you in the mornings. Of course, that Puck Dogs video series with you and with Rod Sawacki.
Yeah, the Puck Dogs series, all the daily videos, like you mentioned. Now we started doing a home run props video as well. Tons of new and fresh content over at Pick Dogs. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get all the notifications when we go live and when all those new videos go up.
That's right. Hit like, subscribe, set notifications so when those videos drop, you get them. Get the best number. All right, Chris, have a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. Take care.
You got it. Chris Ruffalo here on The Drive. Let's continue on. Up next, Mitch is here. It's Wednesdays with Mitch. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Catch him in the mornings every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Of course, as well, a lot more video content from Mitch. Bring him in right now. Mitch, what's happening?
Just watching this Angels-Mariners matchup. I got the Angels as my play of the day with Ohtani going. And looks like miracle's going to happen here. The Angels going to take down mighty Chris Flexen and the Mariners. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani with back-to-back hits here with runners on base to knock in to make a 2-1 game a 4-1 game. So, that's what $120 million with 2 players will get you. Flexen, you're going down.
Yeah, Flexen is going down, no doubt about that. It's a kind of a rough go for Flexen here. Looking at he was pretty much lost his starter's job, gets it in here because Robbie Ray's having struggles here. We got this game in progress right now. 2-1 here, Angels against the Mariners. We're here at end of 6 innings.
4-1.
4-1. Okay, so we just got another one.
Ohtani and Trout both just got hits with RBI.
There you go. So that just pushed it across. Actually, I should have had that updated. Had the score.
There
we go. 4-1. Got the update there. So nice shot there for Mitch. All right, we still got 3 left to go. And of course, Ohtani, is he still in there, Mitch?
No, he's not pitching anymore, but he's still hitting.
He's still hitting. There you go. All right, so 4-1 is the score in progress right now. And I think we had another one going in as well. Cleveland and top of the 10th here, although we do have a runner on second here for Cleveland. 4-4 in this one, Mitch.
It's the ghost runner on second here in extra innings here in this wild one between the A's and the Guardians. The Guardians had the lead in this one. Oakland reeled them in. I'll tell you, this could be one of those A's teams that we cash in on all season long. This could be one of those situations. This team so far out of the gate, of course, they haven't gone on the road yet, but they've been pretty good, in these games. They played the Angels and the Guardians to start the season, and they've represented themselves well.
That closing line here of -125 on the Guardians looks like a good number there. Of course, finish at 8. This one is definitely going to go over.
Yeah, it's definitely going over. I got the Guardians in this, or the Angels, the A's in this one. So I'm hoping maybe a little bit of big pitching here by Zach Jackson. Last night he pitched outstanding against the Guardians. He's got a weird motion, and the batters have trouble picking it up. But putting him in on back-to-back nights, I'm not so sure, especially after going 2 innings last night. That's
right. All right, Mitch, we'll get back here on back on the NBA tonight. A big one tonight out in Staples Center. Clippers against the Lakers. Seeding in play here on ESPN. Clippers 3.5. Total sits here at 232.
It's one of those odd games because the Clippers have actually owned the Lakers in recent years. I think it's 10 in a row that they beat them and covered the spread in. So, it has been the Clippers kind of getting revenge on the Lakers for all those years of dominating them. But, this is basically a playoff game. The way the play-in works this year and the way that, the things sit in the standings. I was anti-play-in all season long until the last few days when I realized that we're going to get exciting matchups like this. And the Lakers coming off of a really tough effort last night where they kind of almost let it get away from them and then had to go to overtime. But we know that when it comes to these type of when it comes to playoff games, which this essentially is, because this could be the difference between the team that wins this will control their own destiny as far as being a playoff or play-in team. And we know the guy who's been the best player in that situation over the last 15 years is LeBron James, and he's involved in this game. And I tell you what, we might bet against LeBron James in the NBA Finals, but not all the games that lead up to the finals, that's for sure. And this is one of those spots. We're getting points here with LBJ and Anthony Davis, who, man, every time he walks on the court, you have to wonder if he's going to step on a banana peel, but it didn't happen and so far. And he played really well last night. He kind of was the lead guy in last night's game. I expect tonight a big effort from LeBron James. I like the Lakers here. I think they got a chance to win this thing outright. We know Kawhi's playing. We know George is sidelined, though, for the Clippers still. So, a big step back there. I just think, the big-time players step up in big-time games, and there's no one who's stepped up bigger in non-championship games than LeBron James over the years. And, I'm critical about his championship game performance, but, man, there's no criticizing the games that it takes to get there, which is no easy feat. And I think a lot of people would take those lost championship games for the careers that they've had.
No doubt about that, Mitch. Of course, coming into this game, the Lakers in the back-to-back, heavy minutes there. We had 40-plus minutes there for Davis, for Reeves. LeBron playing 38 minutes last night. The Clippers, massive rest advantage here. 3 days off here in this one.
The problem with the Clippers is maybe too much rest. This is a team notoriously slow and lazy. Didn't Benjamin play for these guys? Benoit Benjamin? I mean, you can't say lazy without mentioning NBA in the same sentence without mentioning Benoit Benjamin. And I just think that that's kind of the persona of the Clippers, is to be that team that, maybe a little too much rest. And, they're definitely not going to be as sharp tonight. Meanwhile, the Lakers, LeBron James is one of the greatest athletes in the history of sports. And, these are the games that make him that person. I expect to see him leave it all out on the court. These are highly conditioned athletes, and if they can't play on back-to-back nights, I rollerblade 11 miles one day and 11 miles the next day. I think these guys could probably play, 35 minutes of basketball, 30 minutes, something they've been doing since they were 2 years old. So I think that these guys can certainly get it done. And you don't think that LeBron James is going to be good enough to do it tonight? Why don't you leave him open, Clippers, and see what happens?
Well, see what happens.
He will take you to town.
Yeah, monster game tonight here. Lakers plus 3.5 here against the Clippers. This one is on ESPN, late night action. All right, Mitch, why don't you let everybody know what you got going over at Pick Dogs? Of course, we're heading into baseball season, NBA playoffs coming around, and I know you've been tied up with a lot of meetings, so things happen. Are going to pull the curtain back a little bit?
No, I can't. I've signed a non-disclosure agreement about one of the big things that we have going on. So I'll have to see how that materializes, and then hopefully in the coming weeks I'll be able to talk about it more. But it is about as exciting as it gets. No, we're not selling the company. That's not what we're doing here. It's just a partnership that we're involved in with a major media player that we're really, really excited about. And then the other thing is that of course, we're adding more and new content out there. Everyone loves to steal our ideas, so I'm sure you'll be seeing what we're doing now next year on all the other YouTube channels. And, I just outside of that, just the same old stuff, Tony, just grinding and leading the way. That's what we do. We lead the way, and then everybody else tries to scramble and copy.
That's right. Leading the way there, no doubt, there with the Pick Dogs. All right, Mitch, we get the final. We got to the bottom of the seventh here now with 4-1 Angels. We're going to bring this one in, Mitch. Anything else we know before we'll let you go?
No, I think I'm good, and I think all of our Pick Dogs cappers, kind of a lot of guys taking it a little bit slow, dipping their toes in the water with baseball, and it's just different styles. Some people come out and they're willing to play a doubleheader every single day. Other guys, they're going to wait and see everyone go through the rotation one or two times to see what we got. For instance, last time out, Ohtani didn't look so good. Today, he looked a lot better. He hit a lot of batters, but outside of that, he looked pretty good.
Guardians push across 2 here, still batting 6-4 here against Oakland here, and it's still 4-1 there. Bottom of 7th here, Angels and Mariners.
Too much work for Jackson. Too much.
Too much. A little bit too much there. All right, Mitch, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow morning with Ruffalo and Zawacki.
There you go, the morning show. Catch them there here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Be sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications when Mitch is live. Be live with him. Let's continue on here on the show. Next up, Al Ninos. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Al Ninos in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Al Ninos. We'll bring him in right now. Let's see. I think we're set to go here. Al Ninos. We're on the Skype board with Al Ninos. Al, what's happening?
Going good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight, 7:40 Eastern Time. Celtics here against Raptors. Someone in the chat was asking for a player prop. Here we go. It's Al Ninos here from this Celtics and Raptors game, and a good one, too.
Yeah, this is a one I've looked at before. One we've hit at plus 550 back when we had the parlay of the prop parlay going. Be looking at Derek White here, getting another opportunity to shine. It's been a while now. They've been pretty healthy lately, but with Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum out of the lineup, I think he gets another opportunity to have a big game, and I think he does just that. Now, this number was plus 1,300 when I sent it in, which wasn't that long ago. But again, that was when Tatum and Smart were questionable. They're now confirmed out. This number is adjusted a little bit, so it's now down to plus 800. But still think there's plenty of value there. We'll be looking at Derek White to hit a double-double, and the points should be there. The assists might be a little trickier to get, especially without Tatum in the lineup. An easy source of assists. Anytime you pass him the ball, he could be good for a bucket. But still plenty of talent on that roster, and I still think he finds his teammates and gets us this double-double tonight.
Y'all need us here on Derek White double-double. Now down to plus 800 now with the news here of Boston. Looks like they're kind of going to surrender to Milwaukee. You can have the East. Not going to risk anything here. It would take a miracle, right? They're 3 down with 3 to go.
Yeah, it's yeah, I guess. I mean, you don't expect the Bucks to just lose all their last games of the season, but yeah, you never know. I mean, that's why they still play these games, of course. As you said, very slim chance of anything happening there. But, yeah, as you said, it doesn't look like they're going to be risking any injuries to get there either. So, and especially that race could be locked up after tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean, it's better to go into the playoffs healthy, I guess. For them.
Yeah, and I think what this playing round means is we would have been in this stage of the NBA probably over a week ago. So they got a little bit more meaningful games for a week, right? Because I just remember this time period in the NBA was just dragged on, but we only got to go through it for another 4 or 5 days, not like 2 weeks like we did before this playing round came in.
Yeah, there's been a couple of seasons where I think I had to take a break a little bit there at the end of the seasons, but before the playoffs. But yeah, should be okay to get at least a player or 2 out every day till the playoffs start this time around. Got 4 plays in the NBA tonight actually, so yeah, a lot of action to them.
Actually, there for a double-double here from Al Ninos. All right, Al, this one tonight we'll have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern Time. All right, Al Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we've got 8 on the board from the NBA, 3 on the ice, 1 in prime time from Major League Baseball. Good results to start the season in Major League Baseball, 665 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, and 3-0 day today in baseball, and we got the Angels sweating. I mean, not too much of a sweat, looking pretty good so far, but still got the Angels pending. Hope I didn't just jinx them there. But they're looking good so far. I got so no more baseball for today, but I still got, as I mentioned, my 4 plays in the NBA. Got a 3-pack there. Got my $19 play in the NBA and my best bet in the NHL as well.
All right, get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results in MLB. He's in action tonight here on the hardwood as well as on the ice. And, of course, the long-term passes. You may consider the 1-month pass from El Ninos. Get all of El Ninos' premium plays for 30 days. That would include baseball for 30 days, NBA, of course, gets you in the playoffs, as well as NHL playoffs first 30 days here. With actually the 30-day plan will get you about a series and a half with that 1-month all sports pass. All right, El Ninos, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
We got El Ninos here on the drive through. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to bring in Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he was on the show today with Jay, I believe. No, it was a few days ago. That's right. I was thinking about that. It was actually Jay and James Clark were on the show today. So we'll bring in Wayne here. Wayne Scott, I think he's ready to roll here on the drive through. We'll bring him in right now. Wayne, how's it going?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody's doing good today.
Everything's going well tonight. Here we go, 8:40 Eastern time. Mavericks home here against the Kings. The Mavericks are laying 6.5, total 241.5.
Yeah, this game started off at Kings -5, and I was thinking when it got to the 6.5, that 5 is one of them weird numbers. I did like the Kings there, but this 6.5 is even better. It's just one of them great spots. I've been looking around on this injury list, seeing if somebody's going to pop up. I do understand where Dallas is, man. I know they must win this game. They need to win this game, and I actually kind of like them to win this game. But 6 points is just way too much with this Kings team, and I do understand they're coming off a back-to-back, and in that back-to-back role, they are 7-7, which is even. And Dallas is coming off a rest, but and you would think they have the advantage. But Dallas is one of the worst teams when coming off of 3 days of rest. They're 3-11-2 coming off of 3 days rest. You guys already know Dallas 10-20-2 as home favorite ATS. 3-7 ATS are the last at home. The Kings are 9-1 ATS on the road, only losing one game in their last 10 on the road. The Kings as away underdog is 12-7. Outside of just the staggering ATS numbers the Kings have been putting up all season long. Another one here I got here, Kings against conference opponents, which Western Conference opponents, 29-19-1. Besides that, they're the better scoring team, better rebounding team, have the better advantage off bench points. Not about one rebound behind. One turnover behind as far as turnover margin. Right behind them, so it's not a significant difference between Dallas. I just love the Kings with this +6 in this spot. I was on them yesterday on the money line. I don't feel comfortable with a money line today with all the Dallas wants, but you can give me 6.5 with the Kings the way the Dallas been playing, and I'll take that any day right now. Kings also 8-2 ATS in their last 10 at Dallas, so staggering ATS numbers for the Kings outside of their play.
All right, we got Wayne here with the Kings +6.5 here against the Wizards. I think the big headline was Doncic. We're gonna, as long as we're in it, I'm gonna play, because there was some rumors swirling yesterday that they were gonna shut down Doncic, and as soon as he heard that, no, he put a stamp on that. There was no way he was gonna sit out.
Man, it's just, I understand the Mavs have to win, but it is honestly surprising me this line to move up a whole 1.5. It's just a lot of money coming in on the Mavs. Big. I would think it'd be the other way. A lot of money coming on the Kings when you look at just how well they've been playing. But I understand, but I can't get with it. Just I'm not a falling knife catcher. I'm gonna stay away from the Dallas until they show that actual turnaround. To me, they might be dead in the water tonight if they don't get it done tonight. And I'd rather take the Kings with the 6.5.
Yeah, OKC gave them that little glimmer of hope there last night, as Golden State showed a little bit last night.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, with that OKC loss last night, they have hope. Like I said, I like them to win, but 6.5. They haven't beaten. I think I was trying to go back and see when the last time they beat somebody with a winning record. And I think it was the Sixers around February. It was like February 3rd. So it's been about a month and a half since they actually beat somebody with a winning record and covered the spread in a spread like this. So haven't been doing it recently in the last 2 months. I don't expect them to turn around and drink the Space Jam water and just all of a sudden play defense and cover here tonight. They win. If they do win, I think it's a close one.
We got the Kings are nearly locked as a 3 seed. They cannot fall down to 4. They they can get to the 2nd seed, but it's a long shot. So there we go. King +6.5 against the Mavericks. This one to have a start time here of 8:40 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, good results in the NBA. We got 8 on the board from the NBA. We have 3 on the ice and 1 in prime time for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
over at Pick Dogs today. I have all four of my plays out there today. I have a 3-pack with 2 NBAs and 1 NHL. The 1 NHL that I love the most today. I have a total that I absolutely love and smash today. And I have my Make It Take It NBA best bet. So got 3 NBA plays, 1 NHL play, and I also put my NBA playoff pass on there. I believe it's $200, and if you use the promo code PIC, get a nice little discount off there. I'm always going to tell you guys get something long term so you can catch these extra plays, definitely on these bigger cards. And as Mitch kind of mentioned earlier, some of us, as in me, I can definitely vouch for him, playing a little light with the MLB right now. And once these playoffs kind of dimmer down for NBA, I'll definitely be looking to fire away a little more, and when I can get some more studies. It's definitely not my main sport, so I'm just focused on what I do best right now.
There you go, guys. I got on board here. He's got over at Pick Dogs, premium great results in the NBA. He's got his plays up there tonight, or go longer term. The 30-day pass will get you all of Wayne's premium plays for 30 days, including the NBA, of course, the playing round, and a few weeks of the NBA playoffs, as well as hockey and baseball. PIC is a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you on the show. To success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, Tony T, appreciate you for having me. Thank you. All right, Pick Dog family, have a good one.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on, guys. If you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time for Big Al McMorty. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I think we'll bring him in back right now. I think you're ready to roll. Big Al, how's it going?
Take myself off mute. Pretty good, Tony. How's it going?
Great to have you aboard here. Tonight we go to the NBA here as the Hawks are hosting the Wizards here with the Hawks 11.5, total 233.
Yeah, the line's moving up right now, 13 in most places. Lots of players on the injury report tonight. You know, Atlanta went into Washington. They defeated the Wizards twice last month. I'm going to now take Washington to avenge those 2 defeats, as the Wizards are 89-60 ATS when playing with revenge from a home loss, including 19-8 ATS as an underdog when playing with double revenge. And also, Tony, I like to look at things in the final stages of an NBA season. When you get to the stage we're now currently in the final 3 games of an NBA season, going all the way back to 1990, unrested teams like Atlanta, off a straight-up win, have covered just 41% versus division foes off a loss. So that's the situation here. And I know Washington's, they don't have a lot of their players in tonight, but I'm still going to grab the 13 points and look for them to come within the number. It's a big number. Atlanta off that win last night versus Chicago, and the Wizards in off that 12-point loss to Milwaukee. And the Wizards covered the number 2 against the Bucks. They've now covered 5 out of their last 6. So I look for them to get inside this big number again.
Yeah, okay, we've got the Big Out here. Take the Wizards plus 11.5. Of course, you're seeing the bigger numbers at 13. You say now the line has been moving, huh?
It's now 13.5 at bet 365. Yeah, it's flying. I don't, it might be, maybe Trey Young, he was questionable. Maybe he's confirmed in. Maybe that's what's going on. That would be my guess. Trey Young's been confirmed in. Let's
see if there's any update here, because we know Bogdanovich, Young were questionable here. Hunter out, and of course we know the Washington's going to be sitting out, guys. But let's see what we have. Yep, we do. We can now confirm here that Young in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
But again, Atlanta has not been good in back-to-back spots this season either. But I know you look at more longer-term data.
Yeah, I like to look at 33 years of data.
Yeah,
that's what I prefer.
Yeah, I read that article. There was an article swinging out there about that database.
Oh, the one I have?
Yeah.
My database? At ESPN?
Yeah,
or
ESPN.
A different article?
I think it's ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN wrote an article about my database. I think it was the December 9th or December 10th, 2010 issue, the one with Tiger Woods on the cover. And if folks want to look for it, I can Google it on eBay or something.
Yeah, Google it out. Yeah, it's interesting read there, guys. You want to read about that one, but boy, the amount of work you have to put in, it's really tough. You've got to get that data in, right? It's got to be accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I do it all myself. I refuse to scrape the data. There's three people. There's myself, Tom Stryker, and Dr. Bob. We have the souped up version. I've since upgraded the version substantially over the last 10 years, and there's 3 of us that have the souped up version. Dr. Bob, I think he scrapes the data from somewhere. He doesn't input it himself. I input it all myself. I refuse to put it in the hands of a third party, so to speak.
Yeah, now I know why you're so tired of college basketball. Now I know. Now we know. It's not just the handicapping. You got to handicap and make sure that data is correct.
Correct.
Wow. Wow. And when you enter the final scores, you're also put in by quarters or just finals. Well, yeah.
I just do finals. I just do,
okay.
I'll do rushing yards and whatnot. But it's a labor of love. So.
There you go. Big Al McMorty. Very good read, guys. It's interesting. And of course, it's a note, and I think the person who designed it mentioned that it's really how you use it, right? It's not just it's just not magic. There's a lot of work that has to go into this to find those winners.
That's right. I mean, like I mentioned, Tom Stryker, Dr. Bob, and I have the same database, but it couldn't be different because we all have different systems that we input. So It's all unique to the handicapper. The person who designed it was Tom Scarnecchia. He used to run Buckeye Sports way back in the day, and he went by the name Tom Scott. And then he met a programmer in South Bend by the name of Ted Manier, and so Ted and Tom built it initially. And then now I've got another programmer that, has just built it all out. It's really, a lot different than it was when Tom built it initially.
There you go. From Big Al McMorty. Good read. Go check it out. All right, Wizards plus 11.5 here against the Hawks. This one will have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs from tonight's action. Of course, great results here over the past 30 days. Tonight we've got 8 on the board from the NBA as well as 3 on the ice. One primetime baseball game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
All I have tonight is NBA. I've got 4 plays on the hardwood tonight. I've got a triple pack, and then I've also got an NBA division game of the month. So it's it's a good card in the NBA tonight as we wind the season down, passing in hockey, and I'll get going in baseball probably, roughly 10 days or so.
All right, get on board with Big Al McMorty over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results over the last 30 days, so get signed up. Long-term passes will serve you well. Big Al's 30-day pass will get you all of his premium plays for 30 days. Remainder of NBA, of course, we get into some of the playoffs. Same thing with the NHL and 30 days of baseball. We're going to get a lot of data here from baseball. First week from Big Al, use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. Right, Big Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday. Thanks, Tony.
Got it. Big Al McMorty. You as well. Big Al McMorty here on the drive-thru. Guys, you miss a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time here for Rod Zawacki. He's been good to us here on the show. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Was very happy last night with the Raptors and Edmonton Oilers. Must have brought home a pretty good parlay for Rod Zawacki because he was very happy about that. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, good day yesterday. Definitely can't complain. On to today. You're definitely happy with the Oilers and the Raptors. Getting a nice win there.
That's right. So you're going to lay 2.5 with them tonight against the Ducks? No comment from
Probably.
Probably. All right, there you go.
Probably.
Well, maybe so. All right, we'll see. But anyway, tonight, 6-2. There you go. That should tell you what's going to happen. All right. Here we go. The Oilers over the Peking Ducks because they're toast. Rangers and the Lightning tonight on TNT at 7:30 Eastern time. Is the Rangers laying $1.20, total of 6.
Yeah, this should be a pretty good hockey game here between the top hottest goalies in the NHL over the last couple seasons. With Vasilevsky's confirmed he's getting the start here, and you look at Vasilevsky this season. Definitely has not been his greatest season. As he said himself, this is the most losses he's had in an NHL season in the history of him being in the NHL. So he's just looking the end of the season strong. He's on a nice 3-game winning streak right now, is Vasilevsky, including 2 shutouts in those 3 wins. He shut out Carolina. He shut out the Islanders. Great job there. There's a team that I don't want to be facing in round 1. It's just Tampa Bay Lightning. It looks like they've been playing possum all season long, just kind of conserving energy and saving things. Vasilevsky's trying to get things back in order. So we're going to go with the under here between the Lightning and the Rangers. We know what Shesterkin can do. He's playing lights out. Both these goalies top of their game. Lightning 4-0 their last 4 to the under. Rangers 6-1-1 their last 8 to the under. Versus teams with better than a .600 winning percentage. Rangers 4-1 to the under off of 2 days rest. Also, you look at the last 7 meetings between these 2 teams. 7-0 to that under. Let's make it 8. Take the under. Lightning. Rangers.
Lightning and Rangers under the total of 6. Tampa Bay, you can kind of understand here what they've gone through. When you go deep in the playoffs so many years, the games, the amount of minutes you're on the ice, the amount of games you play, has been quite a bit.
And some of those, they had to go 7-game series too. So they played a lot of hockey in the last 3 years. So you understand some of those losses and some of the spots where they coasted and cruised and haven't put out the best effort. But is this team you want to be facing in the playoff?
No.
Experience and the know-how to get it done. This is a tough spot for the Leafs again.
Yeah, Ron. Lightning Rangers under 6. This one, that was start time here, 7:30 Eastern time. This one here is on game 1 of the doubleheader on TNT. All right, Ron, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, 8 on the board here from the NBA. We have 3 on the ice as well as 1 in primetime for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, I got my Wednesday Bookie Busters going. You can grab 2 plays in the NBA and an NHL slap shot. Those are all packaged together for you. Or I've got my $19 NHL sniper play going. Love that play. We hit it again last night. That's hitting at about a 60% rate. So scoop it up. $19 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day pass. Join me for the NBA playoffs coming up. That'll include the part of the NHL playoffs as well. And loaded MLB action ahead. So definitely jump aboard that 30-day pass. And even better yet, use that 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair me up with another one of the other hot handicappers here. And use that promo code PICK at checkout and save 15% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's continue to make some money. Beat up the bookies.
Beat up the boogies indeed, guys. Got on board with Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, the promo code PICK, save that 15% off. Right, Rod, it's always great having the show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again on a Steak Friday. And, of course, we can catch you in the mornings with Mitch and Chris on that morning show. And, of course, that Puck Dogs video series. I'm telling you guys, we're getting close to the playoffs. It's a must-watch now.
Yeah, definitely must-watch now. Tune in to subscribe. That way you get notified when those Puck Dogs videos go live. And that way you get the best of the number with me and Chris. Then some of them parlays. We're doing a parlay every day. Some of those we might throw in another prop parlay for you. We hit the last one, so looking to hit tonight's parlay as well. So even a small card night, we still even got a parlay for you. So check it out. Me and Chris got you covered. So definitely check out the Puck Dogs. And also check us out in the morning show at 10:30 Eastern. Me, Mitch, Chris definitely have a good time going over the day's action, and sometimes we fall through us a little bit, but hey, that's the best part. You get a little bit of laughter, a little bit of picks, make some money. Can't complain. Good times there, guys. Catch them there in the mornings, guys. Catch the Puck Dog video series. That's the way to roll. All right, Rod, have a great night. Enjoy Thursdays off here from the drive-thru. We'll catch you on Steak Friday. Definitely. You have yourself a wonderful night, Tony, and I'll definitely see you on the Steak Friday. See everybody else tomorrow morning.
Catch them tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time here on the channel. Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we've got Dana Lane. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Dana in right now. Got a hockey pick for you from Dana here on this 3-game card. So I think we're ready to roll here. Dana Lane. Dana, how's it going?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing awesome. Here you go tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. Jets and the Flames NHL action. Jets $1.30, total of 6.
Yeah, I wanted to go baseball today, but there's nothing left. There's nothing left except one game, so I decided not to lay $1.90 with the Jays and went in another direction. But yeah, I mean, I've been watching this all day, and the under money has come in, and that's really interesting. It's very against what the public usually does. You have the Flames, of course, who have not been playing well, and not only have not been playing well, they've lost 3 games against teams that they have no business losing to. And we're talking about the Ducks, and we're talking about the Vancouver Canucks, and we're talking about the Chicago Blackhawks last night. These are teams that they have no business losing to. So I do expect a much better effort from them as well. And then, of course, from the Flames standpoint, I mean, they've scored 12 goals in their last 2 games. So I thought the public was going to be all over the over in this, and considering how bad that Jacob Markstrom has played for the Flames of late, but that is not the case, and they're going to go under on that, which I also agree with. If you look at the Jets historically, and of course with their recent form, I mean the under is definitely their play. I mean there is no team in the league that cashes more under tickets than the Winnipeg Jets. They're 51-24-2 to the under this season. There's no reason to go in any other direction. But for the Calgary Flames, or for the Winnipeg Jets, or rather for Calgary, I mean, this has got to be their best effort tonight. If they don't win tonight, they've already lost the tiebreaker against the Jets because they lost to Chicago last night. So the season win total, the regulation win total tiebreaker has gone to Winnipeg already. They must win tonight. And in order to win tonight, they must play well defensively. I expect them to be on top of their game. And, of course, listen, this is one of the teams that if you look up and down the money line betting standings and who has produced the least, I mean, Calgary's got to be one of the biggest surprises in the NHL this year as far as not meeting expectations. Of course, after last year having a decent run in the postseason, but to me, this just looks like a team with chemistry issues. I don't think that they have, especially in that second and third line, I just don't think that they have been that cohesive unit that they were a year ago. And Daryl Sutter's got 60 minutes to get this thing figured out. Tonight is do or die for Calgary. They lose, they're out of the postseason. I'm going to go under the total. This is a nationally televised game in Canada. I think both teams are going to be on top of their game, and that means being on top of their game defensively because neither of these teams have played well defensively of late.
All right, Dana here on Flames. That's under total here of 6 goals here. As Dana mentioned here, must-win situation here for this Calgary Flames team because they played themselves into this role. That's really what it is. There are right now the wild card is Seattle with 94 points, Winnipeg 89 points, but Winnipeg a game in hand because Calgary's played 78 games, Dana, and they have 87 points.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, outside of the Atlantic, Tony, Gary Bettman couldn't have asked for a better finish. You have 3 of the 4 divisions that are still up in the air, and that Pacific division is going to get nuts here in the next couple of weeks or the next 10 days at least, because there are some head-to-head matchups that are the Golden Knights have got to play the Kings, and the Edmonton Oilers actually have the easiest schedule amongst the 3 teams in the Pacific division. I mean, if they don't win that division, that is going to be because they lost to a few bad teams. And this is a team that needs to get 2 points. They cannot get 1 point against the remaining schedule. But Vegas has a very difficult schedule with games against Edmonton and Dallas and the Kings coming up. So Vegas has been on top all season long. They've been on top basically wire to wire. But in the end, they very well could be down in the third spot in the Pacific.
Yeah, Edmonton have the Ducks tonight. They have 2 against San Jose, 1 against Colorado.
Yeah, I mean and even Colorado has it's interesting. We buried Colorado early on. I mean, I buried them. I said, boy, this is a team that first couple months of the year just looked like it was skating in quicksand. And boy, Jared Bednar, who just got that contract extension, I can't think of a coach in the league that deserved it more than him. And going back to when he took over this team. It was like a 58-point team when he took it over. And remember, he took it over in August after, Patrick Watt decided that he wasn't going to coach this team anymore. So it's been a steady climb for Bednar. But, wow, what a job that organization has done. And they are in perfect position to once again win their 3rd straight division title.
There you go. We got Dana here. Flames just under total of 6 goals. This one here to have a start time here of 7:30 Eastern time. Right, Dana, let's take a look over at Pick.com for nice action. 8 on the board, NBA, 3 on the ice, 1 primetime baseball game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we'll get back into the baseball tomorrow. Good start to the season. The Knicks and the Pacers about ready to tip off here in about 12 minutes or so. That game is still on the board, but heavy back on the baseball. At least 3 plays every single day. That's kind of my goal. I'm very happy that the boys on the diamond are back, and it's been an exciting season already. It's incredible to see, the Twins pitching and the Rays pitching. Of course, that they have not, played the best teams in the league, but still, after McClanahan got that W again today. I mean, 6-0 for the Rays. I mean, what a story. And I remember saying, Tony, probably, I don't know, 10 years ago, saying there is no way in the way that the economics is in baseball that they are going to be able to compete with the Red Sox and the Yankees, who are easily going to spend at that time, $200 million was a big deal. There's no way they're going to be able to compete with them. And even Baltimore's been known to spend some money. And here we are. This organization has been built to a point where they are definitely, with their pitching, they're right up there at the top. I mean, it is a coin flip between them and the Yankees, and we'll see how Toronto plays out of course they have a tremendous offense. I worry about the pitching a little bit, but what a start to the baseball season. And of course my Buccos are now 4-2.
Yeah, Bucks looking good out there, 4-2. Nice run there from
you take it.
You take it. You got to smile and excited. They're excited now. When they get home, let's see what they can do. They've been doing well. But guys, get aboard Dane Lane over at Pick Dogs Premium. The long-term pass will serve you well. 30-day pass, get all of Dane's Premium plays for 30 days. That will cover you postseason NBA and postseason hockey, because we're just less than a week remaining here in the NHL, and then we get right into the finals. I think we run those playoffs here a week from not this week, but the following weekend we're getting into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I mean, if you think the regular season's crazy, wait till the postseason. I mean, any team, you can make a case. I mean, except for maybe, Boston, if they end up playing the Islanders or whoever they play, excluding Boston's series, because I think Boston's head and shoulders above, anybody else. I mean, and I could do 30 minutes on, it's amazing when Bruce Cassidy gets removed from the situation and David Krejci comes back to play in this Beast team. It is amazing how they are night and day, and basically kind of the same team. So it's outside of them, though, Tony, you can make a case for any higher seed to be a lower seed in the first round of the NHL playoffs.
There you go. From Dana Lane, guys, get signed up. Long-term pass pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. All right, Dana, as always, great having you on the show. Continue your success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony. All the best.
You got it, Dana Lane here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We'll get to my pick, and then we'll get to the recap here in a second here. We'll go ahead and bring up the data here for me, and we'll look at the game tonight, what we've got ready to roll here. I think we're set to go with the game here. Let's see what we got here. We got the Pacers here taking on the Knicks tonight here at 7 Eastern time. This one has actually come down some, right? I think we saw a 3, or we're still 3? No, it's still 4.5 here, total 229. We'll be on the under here, 229 here with the Pacers and the Knicks. Lots of injury news here, as of course, as you know, as we're winding down the regular season, as you might imagine here, Knicks are going to sit players here. Barrett, Brunson, Jeffries, Randall, and Washington are out here for New York. On the Indiana side, we're going to see Duarte, Halliburton, and Turner. So pretty much you got Quickly and Grimes and Hart, and then you got a lot of role players coming in. Same thing on the Indiana Pacers side. I think the offense will be an issue here. Maybe we'll see some defense from the Knicks here without their running guys like Brunson and Randall. So we'll go under 229 here with that Pacers and Knicks game. And of course, check out Pick Dogs. I got a best bet up there right now tonight from Major League Baseball. My $19 premium play is up there right now, so go ahead and get on board with it. Also, you may consider my long-term passes, my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my Handicapper page and make that purchase, remember that promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. All right, let me see. Give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. Rod Zawacki, there we go. Looking at 3 wins away from most wins in the season. Appreciate Nick Vegas, Ramon in the corner as well. So appreciate everyone's contributions in the chat today, as well as Hove. Hey, what's up with you, my man? Matt D there in as well. Fong in there as well. Nick Beats Vegas. We've got Flix Frags in there. So really good showing here tonight. Appreciate everyone's contributions here on the show. And of course, all the cappers that have joined us today. Shout out to everyone out there. And of course, let's see if we can give you some updates here on some of the games that are in progress right now. As you know, Major League Baseball, there is one still going here, as the Guardians looks like they took care of business tonight, this afternoon, I should say, against Oakland. We're still looking here at the Seattle game. We're top of the ninth now. We just got to the bottom now. So top of the ninth, it's now 4-3 here. 4-3 Angels against the Seattle here. Angels closed at the -161. The game closed at 7.5. So if you had the under in the game, well, you might have under 7 because it was 7 when it started, the near game time actually was 7 for most of the last night and morning. Then near game time, it moved to 7.5. So if you were able to get it late and you got the under home, if so far not done yet, we still have to wait for the Mariners at bat. So Mariners batting here, bottom of the ninth in a 4-3 game, and we'll see if the Angels can close this one out here as well. All right, let's continue on here on the show, guys. We'll get to the recap, and of course, Royals from our man Marshall McCarty likes the Royals first 5. Money line there. So that's our man there with his play. Let's get to the recap and recap the plays from the day. We had Chris start us off here with the Pelicans lay the 5 against the Grizzlies. Mitch was on the Lakers plus 3.5 against the Clippers. El Nino's Derek White double-double. It's now down to plus 800. And Wayne on the Kings plus 6.5 against the Mavericks. We got El McMorty Wizards plus 11.5 to 13.5. He says there's been some movement in that game against the Hawks. Rod was on Lightning Rangers under 6. And we also have Dana on the Flames Jets under 6. And I'll be on the Pacers Knicks under 229. The one I like the most, like big on McMorty here, Wizards plus the 11.5. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We're bringing our cappers here from Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Play. Still got the place live here for you for the primetime games. Don't forget, it always gets started every day here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod Zawacki, and Chris with the morning show. Don't forget that Puck Dogs video series, the NHL video series, NHL video picks here from Chris and Ron. Of course, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, betting tool show as well. Catch that. Of course, don't forget Ron Romanelli's baseball breakdown, Jay's jam session, NBA on the mornings. And then you got him live NBA jam session at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So that great content there as well. David Racy's as well with his short series, Javon Parlay videos as well. Don't forget this weekend we got MMA, so Mills and Brad with their UFC show. So make sure you guys tune in. Whatever you do, make sure you subscribe and set those notifications. Be live to get the plays in real time when our talent is live on the air. All right, the Angels taking the mound here tonight. Here it looks like they're looking to close out here in the bottom of the ninth. This game is still 4-3 here as we have just started the bottom of the ninth inning. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like there's 1 out recorded here. So 2 more outs. And Mitch's play of the day, his big play, will cash right now as the Angels still hanging on 4-3, 1 out. Their closer up there looking to close it out against this Mariners lineup, but still 2 outs to get in this one. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today's show. And wait for that, guys. You guys have a great night. We'll catch up with you again here